Hey everyone, just taking some break to talk about gift cards and fraud. How gift cards perpetuate fraud. I'm the CEO of Monesave. Monesave produces Orukka. Orukka smart rings are for payments. So it's one of those rings where you tap to pay. You see us around, say hello to any other user, okay? We're all over, we're global at this point. So it's exciting. But I have one pet peeve which I talk about when I have the time. So obviously I'm supposed to be walking. I take some time out to walk, just get some fresh air. But then try and spend time with my customers. So this is one of those where I talk about gift cards and how to be careful with them. So this I want to talk about, scams, right? And how gift cards actually perpetuate these scams, okay? So here's the point. If you think about it, right, and we know a lot of these stories. So go online, just stop here and just Google, scams, or just put in on YouTube here, actually put in the scams and gift cards, target gift cards and scams. There's a lot of that, a lot. And we know obviously there's always going to be one, poor old lady, with $3,000 to waste, $3,000 to save, and then it goes into waste with these guys because they go into target, gift cards, sends it over, and then they disappear with the money. So I want to talk about that today and talk about, gift cards, how they perpetuate fraud, okay, and how to maybe be careful and avoid this, okay. So I'll start from the top. What are gift cards? So gift cards are let's call them IOUs. I call them free money to the company. So you turn around and they give money to maybe Starbucks, ATMs, Targets, any of these guys. So you give them free money because you're giving them $100 and you're giving them real money. They give you a piece of paper. Very cool. That's all you have. If items went down tomorrow, it's nothing. It's a store of value. This is called a store of value. It's valuable only as a product, only as the company states. If items went down, you had 1,000 in terms of gift cards, it means nothing. If you bought Target gift cards for 1,000 and Target went down tomorrow, it means nothing. And you can't claim against them because it's not even an hour, it's just nothing. So that's one thing people don't realize, right? That it's not fraud, but it's important that it's not made clear what you actually buy. You're buying a promissory note, you're buying something that in the future you can claim. Well, that's the phrase, in future. So what that means then is you're giving up something right now, pure cash, that you could have invested, that you could have given to the other person, but you give them a piece of paper. Okay, so that's something to realize, that when you do it, you're giving it away for free. But what's more concerning is the fact that when you give away this cash, okay, which is and it's a lot of money. So for our rings, okay, we do KYC, so we go and we know who the customer is. We make sure there's no anti-money laundering issues there. But with gift cards, you don't, right? So you can buy an Amazon gift card for X amount. So what that does, that becomes a conduit. That becomes an issue where people can actually use that money to pass across and avoid and finance terrorist activities, or just use it to just siphon and cheat people and scam people. We know a lot of that where that's come true, okay? Where they go in and say, oh goodness, I'm stranded somewhere, can you please send me a gift card? And it turns out that it's a gift card that will save them. And we know a lot of that. So that's what I want to bring out here, the fact that number one, it works because one, the gift cards are easy enough to get. Number two, they can be redeemed a lot more easy than cash. The cash you actually have to spend it. So these ones you can redeem it anywhere. Just go online and buy the stuff. When you buy it, it gets sent to wherever. There's no traceability there. So the company cannot say who redeemed it. Yeah, so if you bought Starbucks gift card, you just go in and at that point there's no identity check, there's nothing. The person just gives the gift card, they get a coffee and they walk away. And then these guys are going to say, yep, it's been redeemed. Okay. So if you look at that, that's a pure recipe for theft or scam or AML issues, which, if no one's talking about these things, but again, we need to be careful with these things, right? So as consumers, we need to know what we're buying and know the risk behind it. That these guys, when they get the money, so we know about these people who come in and they say, hey, there's an issue with the IRS, and then they say you need to pay more tax. So we know a lot of this, right? And what will happen then is you go in, you buy the gift card, or they even do it for us as well in the UK. They go ahead and say, hey, you're owing more back taxes. There's always going to be a superintendent who has a funny accent. Like, okay, it doesn't look like you know what you're talking about. Anyway, but they know who they prey on. So what happens? These guys go in and actually buy a gift card, which again I'll talk about. There's no one talking about this, guys. Please, you can learn this right now. If a company is asking for a gift card, that's not a real company. The IRS, the tax company, will never ask you for a gift card. if someone is stranded and loves you, they're not going to ask for a gift card. They're going to ask you to send money. You will send money to them, but that would mean that they need to receive the money. That means they'll be identified, and that is traceability. Gift cards are not traceable, okay? Let me just talk about, go back to it, but please be careful. No real authority asks for gift cards, please. And there's a lot of story around this because they try and put you to trust them. And when there's that trust, then they go ahead and break that trust by actually coming up with, funny stories, or they turn around and put a threat or urgency on you where you don't know. And a lot of people are ashamed to mention this, right? But please don't be ashamed. It happens to the best people. I can tell you the head of Toyota recently got scammed, right? A lot of people get scammed by these things, especially when you're busy. The world is very busy these days. I mean, before I came here, I was on my phone. While I was on my phone, 2 other messages came in. Oh, wait, while I was there, I had to think about it. So there's a lot going through our minds these days. Okay, right now you're watching this video, I'm sure on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, there are other videos. So we're thinking a lot. And imagine in the middle of that, someone calls you and go, hey, you're in trouble. Can you please spend 10,000 right now? You're shaking. It's possible to go for this thing. Please don't feel stupid. Or don't feel that you'll be judged if you go ahead and you fall for this thing. But just be careful so that next time it doesn't happen. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say then is the fact that, number one, these people go ahead and they claim these gift cards, okay? And then when they claim it, there's no checks. So they sell it, or they redeem it against the store, and that gets passed on, and that's how it becomes money laundering. Yeah, because it's coming through, and they've gone ahead and used it, and they sell it. They sell the whatever they bought, right? So in this case, it could be an iTunes gift card or Amazon. They buy what they want to buy, they send it back, and then they sell those things. That's theft. Okay, so please be careful with those things. Okay, when that does happen, number one, check the sources. Number two, don't be pressurized to do anything. Okay, and number three, offer alternatives. So if your friend calls you and says, oh my goodness, I'm stuck somewhere, can you send me a gift card? Say okay. But your friend called you from Facebook, call them on their mobile. They say their mobile is blocked. Okay, send them cash. Like, how are they going to claim the gift card they're stranded in Rwanda? Excuse me. They can't. Okay? So that's one thing to be careful about, please, guys. Okay? Don't trust blindly. If a company claims to work with gift cards, be more cautious of those companies. Okay, be cautious of that person. Real companies don't work with gift cards. They work with the banking system. Okay, they work with the banking system where it goes to a company. You have time to trace. If for some reason you don't trust them, you have time to trace or even recall the funds. It might take a few months, but you're better off doing that than for it to be claimed and just disappears off the group. Okay. So please, guys, be careful, watch out for these things, revalidate them, and hopefully there might be some regulation around this, okay? I do know in the UK, US as well, they're looking into some law around having some AML and checks around the amount of gift cards. So if you're buying a gift card for $10, that's okay. But when a gift card is actually about 200, 300, 1,000, there has to be some AML checks there, some anti-money laundering checks, or some KYC will know your customers as well and make sure there's no terrorist financing behind. So that's something I hope to see a lot more in the future. I also hope as well in terms of the companies themselves, they apply some pressure on them as well. Because you have to look at these companies, they get a lot of money from this. Okay, so when the money comes in, as far as they're concerned, they've got 3,000. So the poor lady or the poor widow or old lady who's just been due 3,000, they don't get that money back. Yeah, should Starbucks or iTunes or Walmart or any of these guys be redeeming that money? I think so. Right? If someone comes in and goes, oh, hey, I want to buy 5 gift cards, which totals 2,005, and you sell it with no ID, with no checks, with no, inscription on the other side when they redeem that money, that's something companies should be held back for. So I'll definitely push for that. I think that's something we should look at as well as a community to try and avoid as well as much as possible, or try to put some responsibilities on the companies as well. So that's it from my side again. I just want to make it clear that gift cards, everybody knows about crypto. Everybody knows what crypto is, you try and make sure you're careful about it. Gift cards as well. You have to be careful about those things, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't gift it to people. You should. You should gift it to people. However, know that when you gift it to people, make sure they try and spend the money, because that's the other side of the scam. So while we have the scammers who actually try and take money off gift cards, the company themselves are taking money off the gift cards. The companies themselves actually go ahead and actually take the money immediately. When you pay them cash, they give you a piece of code. That money is there, it's gone. And statistically, we know 60% of people who actually get this cash, actually, sorry, 43% of people who actually get this cash lose them. So they lose the gift cards. And this company just take the money for nothing. So the money has just been there. They've claimed the money and that's it. That's the concept. So please be careful with gift cards. Watch out for gift cards. Look for other ways to gift cards. There are plenty of ways you can. I talked about that already. There's also MasterCard. So MasterCard, Visa also have these cards that are gift cards. Why don't you gift that? When you gift that, you know that person is going to use that money because you're going to use it everywhere. MasterCard is accepted in 120 countries. Visa accepted in 127 countries. So there you go. So to me, I think it's a better solution. Instead of forcing people to go into a shop and make sure they use that gift card, just give them cash. Or give them a Visa card or MasterCard or payment ring that they can use, without being restricted to the shop or time or place. And that's what a true gift is. Continue to give people and show your loved ones you care. Take care. Bye.